Russell is a guy who will never stop. He was in the music business with his brother Joseph Simmons from Run DMC. He was producing music. He was managing artists, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, LL Cool J. Then he went on and he founded Phat Farm Clothing Company. He started a financial services company. When we met him, he was launching his YouTube channel, All Def Digital. I mean, Russell's definitely one of those pioneers who took hip hop from this very neighborhood-centric street music that a lot of people in the world were very unfamiliar with, to becoming a real business. So it's good to see you today. Thank you for inviting us into your office. But what was interesting to me is the office is bare. There's not much here.
Yeah, the last few weeks here, I'm moving.
I called your man Adair, who I think handles PR for you, and I said, you know, we really want to meet Russell, and I'm going to be in New York. And he said he moved to LA, and I was like, what?
I mean, I'm a New Yorker. I got New York stuff to do. This office basically manages the businesses that we have in New York. But there's all new stuff to do in LA, you know, stuff that we've been doing that I think we can do a better job of by me having a greater presence, a little more film and TV. But as a result of a new company I built, ADD, which suits me, right, ADD, but it's called All Def Digital. So All Def Digital is a dedicated YouTube channel. And, you know, the all deaf comedians and poets and musicians. A lot of people are stuck online and have not been able to move across media. And a lot of people who are on traditional media and these guys never get to work together. And it seems there's a merging of the two, obviously. And so All Def Digital, although it may be just a great vehicle for some to get exposed, it may be that in the future, in the near future even, that some of the content will live online and never want to go anywhere else. So Narrative is a new company dedicated to that hole in the market. As an entrepreneur, I like to do things that people are waiting for or need.
So you're not necessarily competing with ad agencies, but you're partnering with ad agencies, you're partnering with brands.
No, we work for ad agencies. Yeah. We're an accomplice, you know, to the ad agencies.
Is that the catalyst behind the move? ADD, Narrative, moving out to the West Coast?
Yeah, also, you know, I look at Hollywood. I think Hollywood, you know, no, I couldn't do it from New York, but you know what? I look at Hollywood and I see there's a big white space there. America has a vision. A great number of Americans have a vision. Some actually live in a post-racial America.
Yeah.
And so the content that we give has to be a reflection of that aspiration. And, you know, if you go to the suburbs of Cleveland, you see integration. People have become, you know, comfortable. And it's, you know, outside of these big urban cities, you see this integration. You see it on Jerry Springer. I don't know, you can't see it in Hollywood. And Hollywood, although a very progressive and liberal place, they don't really know that there's a hole in the market big enough to drive a truck through. You got to give them content. So the scripts I'm reading, the ideas I'm developing, whether it's television or film, are inclusive, because there's, I mean, the stories have to be great. The director and all the other parts that people have to play, those roles, people have to be good in them. But just the idea of being more integrated. You know, and a lot of people who never got a break. When I was there, we made Martin and Jamie and Cedric and Tana and Bernie Mac and Chris Tucker and you know, Steve Harvey and Tracy Morgan. All these guys came from one little show. Way more than I mentioned came from one show. Hollywood didn't break one black comedian after. J.B. Smoove, who was a Def Comedy Jam guy.
I don't understand that.
Because they didn't know how to integrate them. There was a moment they were standing by the side of the stage, taking these people and putting them in stuff that spoke to a bigger audience. But if J.B. Smoove, you know, no one's going to turn on BET to find their next black comedian. You have to put him on Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know, it's, oh, wow, he's great. He's been great for 20 years.
Yeah.
But the idea of integrating people is one that has to be, you know, observed more. And, you know, it's not only, I don't blame white Hollywood alone. I mean, black Hollywood is segregated as well. Even a discussion of building more black networks. There's nothing wrong with a black network, but to be inclusive in mainstream networks is really what the future holds for any talent. You know, who wants to be a star in front of 11% of the population? To me, this company's got a great potential, and I think it's a big hole in the market. And I love filling holes. That's what I like doing. As entrepreneurs, I think they should find holes. What are people looking for, and then give it to them, right?
I want to switch gears because I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. Your relationship with the Beastie Boys was an interesting one for me. I've been a fan of the Beastie Boys since, you know, Fight for Your Right came out on MTV, and
yeah.
You managed the Beastie Boys
A little bit.
and then signed them to Def Jam with Rick Rubin.
I managed Rick Rubin and the Beastie Boys.
Okay, all right.
And Rick became my partner. We started Def Jam, and we signed the Beastie Boys. That's right.
And it wasn't a great ending, right?
It was, they didn't want to record at one moment, and we wanted them to, and for whatever reason,
There was some copyright stuff going on.
Yeah, there was questions, but I think they resolved themselves pretty easily.
Are you in good standing with those guys? And obviously, Adam Yauch, MCA, passed away. Were you able to make peace with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough. I mean, it was so many years, of course. We were friends, like, right after. We were friends during the discussion, the dispute, or whatever it was, so.
He was a big part of each other's lives.
Yeah, I would never not. I don't have friends like that. Yeah. You love somebody one day, and then the next day you don't like them no more. It doesn't happen to me, not with any kind of relationship.
This was amazing for me. I don't know if you were nervous talking to me, but I was okay. You're a gentleman.
I enjoyed talking to you.
It was a great conversation, and I look forward to having another conversation someday and following your career and continuing to see how you evolve. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, everybody.